Hey guys, it's horror month. So today's movie that you don't hate.
Friday the 13th, 2009.
Yes, actually a film that I don't understand why people I don't understand why people don't like it. I don't understand why it didn't get sequels. What the hell's going on in horror when Saw has 15 sequels and Final Destination has 172?
Well, Friday the 13th has 12. So that's.
But this Friday the 13th does not have a sequel. This one.
We have not done a
Halloween got a sequel.
Yes, it did. It was 40 years later, but okay.
No, I meant Halloween, the Rob Zombie Halloween.
That's very true. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all movies awful. Anyway, that movie will never be on You Don't Hate. But so we have not done You Don't Hate since March.
Right.
It's been a long time.
Thanks for throwing that out there.
I'm going to throw it out there.
You're supposed to let them think that they missed some stuff.
No. We're too busy doing Joker porn.
There you go.
All right.
You guys love Joker porn. You guys love Joker porn. But go on.
If you guys have not seen You Don't Hate, this is actually where we are going to defend or attempt to defend a movie that pretty much gets a bad rap. There's a lot of movies out there that, they're divisive. Some people like it, some people hate it.
Right.
You know, good buddy Jeff can't stand Last Jedi, but whatever. What does he know, right?
But loves the prequels.
But loves the Not me, Jeff. I'm just kidding. Either way, Friday the 13th of 2009 remake is actually one of those films.
Right.
Some of it was a little cleaned up, I thought, in the killer cut when it came out on Blu-ray. But overall, the theatrical cut, it didn't. A lot of people just didn't like the theatrical cut.
I only seen the theatrical cut, so I still have no idea what people don't like about it.
So we are going to attempt to defend this movie, and we're going to break it down in 5 different categories: in plot, the acting, the directing, the character of Jason.
Yes, we had to make that clarify.
And the kill scenes.
And the kill scenes.
All right. We are going to talk about both of them and debate whether or not we're going to hate it or love it. And we're going to tally up the scores and see whether or not you really do hate Friday the 13th, 2009.
Yeah.
So, Terrence, give me the clock now.
Wait. Yeah, go ahead and give me the clock. The clock? The scoreboard?
That too?
It's like we're on a timer today. Go on.
Give us the plot of Friday the 13th.
Okay, so the plot of Friday the 13th. If you've never seen the original series...
Oh, I thought you were going to say something. They go to the woods, dead. That's
Wait.
it.
We're going to get there. We're going to get there. So if you've never seen the series, basically they take the first 3, maybe 4? I felt like it was the first 3, but maybe 4 of the first entries in the original series of Friday the 13th, and then montage them all together, and they give you the backstory of where Jason started from, the Camp Crystal Lake, and his mom dying, and then him running off, and then he lives in the woods. It's basically, well, some kids go out there to the woods that he lives in for some particular reason to look for weed. I mean, why would they know that it was out there? It was like it's this mythical, like, hey, it's some weed out there. We can go find it. But anyway, so they go out there.
Smoke a lot.
Yeah, it's like we go out there. We're gonna get murdered. We go out there. We get murdered, and then the sister.
Well, we get a quickie in, and then we get murdered.
The sister, is she dead? We don't know. But the brother decides to go out there and go look for her, and he brings along more innocent victims to be murdered out there as well. And that is the plot of Friday the 13th.
Which pretty much makes it more of a rescue type of
it's kind of
plot.
It's kind of unclear at the beginning if she's actually dead or alive. And spoiler alert, she's alive. I mean, the plot itself, I love how they did set up the beginning by saying, like, it's a long open before you even realize, okay, that's just the beginning of this movie, because they have to tell you.
25 minutes.
Yeah, they have to tell you so much in the very beginning. It's almost a mini movie before you actually get to the movie. So they might as well have done a prequel to this film and then done this as a sequel.
To be continued.
To be continued, and next month or something like that. But I'm okay with doing that because Friday the 13th, for a lot of people, really didn't get going until Jason became hockey mask wearing Jason anyway. So a lot of that stuff we didn't need to see again.
The tip of the hat to the burlap sack from Friday the 13th Part 2. They did.
I'm glad they covered that.
I'm really glad they covered that. I'm also glad that they actually didn't really go as as simple as just the bag with a tie with a one eye, but they actually had a wrap type of design where he kind of resembled a little bit of The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Do you remember that film?
Didn't see that.
Well, he does have the wrapping around that. It's a sack still, but it's almost like a wrap, and it looks really more menacing, to be honest with you.
Jason takes pride in his appearance.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I agree. I like the plot. It wasn't. It was a little bit different in a sense where they were, doing a kind of like a rescue. He's trying to look for the sister and all that. And you do have your typical, those typical characteristics of the teenagers that come out in the beginning, obviously in the prologue.
I mean, it was really kind of campy in the beginning. It was like all of these people were gonna get murdered.
It was a Friday the 13th.
All of these people were gonna die. But when you realize that it's like, oh, that's just the opening. Okay, cool. We got more time to set up real characters and not just fodder for him to kill. So right.
So like or hate?
I like the plot.
I like it too.
I like the plot, and they were kind of goofy enough that it was funny at the beginning. it was really kind of comical at the beginning. So I was waiting for them to die, and I was not disappointed.
What was cool about it were the two actors that were going back and forth. One's trying to get with the girl, and the other's trying to get with the weed.
Yeah.
Those two actually knew each other before, so their chemistry was like legit.
Oh, really? Okay.
They were already friends before they started. And you could see the chemistry between the two on there. So it was a damn shame they had to die, but they had some little bit of comedy.
You only get two people that live from any horror film, and you guys, if you're on the list, you're dead.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like the red shirts in Star Trek.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so
exactly. It's like you got a red shirt on. Don't go on a wave mission.
Yeah. So the acting now, generally when you're looking at Friday the 13th, the acting is not Oscar worthy by no means. Okay?
I'm sorry. Did you give the point?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I said the point.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear the ding.
There it is. All right. Anyway, but acting is not something that you know Friday the 13th for. It's usually sex, drugs, and kills.
Yes.
And Jason.
You don't go to a Friday the 13th film for acting.
For Shakespeare.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, man, his performance didn't move me.
So, but in this particular case, to be honest with you, the acting was actually a little bit better.
It was okay. It was. I'm not talking about like, man, these guys should really move on to something else because they're just beyond. It's not Johnny Depp. It's no.
But what I'm saying is that you look at Friday the 13th Part 4, which some would argue is probably the best one in a lot of people's opinions. But you did have, Crispin Glover, who had acted Back to the Future and all that. You had, do you remember that movie, Last American Virgin?
I remember it being a movie.
Okay,
I don't remember actually seeing it.
This actor that was in that movie too, Lawrence Monsoon, I want to say his name is.
Yeah,
but he was in that. So there was some experience there already. This one, there are virtually newcomers also, but you do have Jared Padalecki, who's been Supernatural. So he had that acting experience with that. And then you had Danielle Panabaker, who has done some TV work and all this other stuff. So you have some pretty decent actors there. They're not freaking Oscar worthy. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when you look at the
This ain't no Jennifer Aniston in Leprechaun.
This is not Lawrence Fishburne on DreamWorks.
This ain't Lawrence Fishburne.
It's not Patricia Arquette.
Oh my God. Yes, no, it's not.
But when you're comparing the acting in the remake compared to the acting, I'm not discrediting nothing from nobody in the previous series. I'm just saying in general, the acting in this one was just a little bit better. What do you think?
It was okay.
Do you give it a like or do you give it a hate?
I didn't hate it, but I didn't expect a lot.
So you walked in with low expectations, and you came out with high results.
Once again, I knew what party I was showing up for. I was showing up for the murder, death, sex, kill party. I wasn't showing up for the acting party. I didn't expect to be moved. I expect to get some boobs and some blood.
Boobs and blood.
That's what I expected for it. It was like I didn't go in there, but it was past. Look, in the cast, the two people that made me happy in this was the black guy and the Asian guy, the token minorities in this film. They made me the happiest of this whole thing, and that everybody else I really didn't care about. I really didn't care. So I will say, in a form of acting, it was like their performances were forgettable, except for the black guy, the Asian guy, and I can't remember their names. But they were
But would you say that?
You say you gonna ask a black guy to pump your gas?
In a Friday.
So anyway,
Black guy work on Black Friday. So would you rate the acting in this movie above the acting in the previous series?
In the previous series, I will give it better than that.
Okay.
It was better than that.
We give it a like?
We're gonna give it a like.
We're gonna give it a like. We're starting off great. 2-0.
Yeah, because I would say that, look, there are films where I watched and I was like, ooh, that's bad. Like Black Manta from Aquaman. God.
You thought his performance was bad?
It was horrible, dude. His dialogue was bad. It was bad. Anyway, and when you walk away, you're like, that just wasn't good. At least in this one, it didn't annoy me enough to where I'm like, that's just not good. I was just kind of like, okay, let's get to the boobs and blood.
Okay. So 2-0, we're starting out great.
We're gonna go 2-0 on this. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Black guy, Asian guy, good. Directing, okay.
All right. This was directed by Marcus Nispel, who was actually reluctant to take this job because he had already done the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake for Michael Bay. So, given that he already opened up a new another franchise, he didn't want to do it again.
He thought he was like, I gotta ride the gravy train to Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
But I think they said, like you like to say, there you go.
There you go. It's like, I will be doing this. Wait, with Friday the 13th? Yeah, let's get that done.
Let's get this done. The hockey match already?
Yeah.
But I thought he did a really good job, actually.
I liked, and we're looking at, like, we're judging his directing by, like, how he set up, like, the character of Jason, like, the changes that he made from what we realized from the original franchise.
And the flow of the movie itself.
My only downside with it was that I thought towards the end, and maybe because they were trying to make the movie go a certain run length, but I, like, we're going to get to Jason in a minute, but I liked how they're like, it was boom, 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 boom. Things were going fast. People were getting murdered. We were getting in and out. It was like, and then it slowed down quite a bit at the end with the last scene.
But do you think that the surroundings had a lot to do with it? Because you're in a tunnel, for one, and then before you're in a house. So it is kind of, a little bit more isolated, a little bit more congested there. That could be a factor. Not, you're not in the open woods.
No, look. Overall, I'm gonna say I like what he did. I like what he gave us. Like I said, it's a horror film. I didn't go into a horror film expecting Shakespeare. I went into this horror film expecting something that was going to entertain me and that was going to keep me on the edge of the seat. I think what he gave us did that.
Yes.
I think he kept it fast-paced. I think he gave us I think he gave us the campiness that we wanted from the series. He didn't make it totally serious. It's like, I'm gonna be stupid at the beginning, but we're gonna get that stupid part out from the very beginning. I'm gonna give you some comedy elements, but I'm gonna show you that I can do certain changes in this film that are for the better from Friday the 13th, than just give you the same thing that they gave you in the original one, but just give you new special effects and better camera work because we got a bigger budget.
And you hit the nail right on the head with that. The camera work I thought was friggin' amazing. I think the cinematography in this movie was fantastic. The shots of Jason, especially when he's on the roof, the shots of Jason coming down, and the shot of the eye poker going through the sheriff.
Well, that's on kill scenes.
I know, but I'm talking about the camera work.
Okay, yeah, that was perfect.
The camera work on that, where I saw the making of this, and they just rotated, they shifted from one end to the reaction, and he did it so just effortless.
You felt like you were going through the eye.
It was amazing. Exactly, and it was awesome, man. I thought that this is probably some of the best camera work in the series.
It kind of reminded me of Bad Boys 2 without the spinning thing, but the fact that you felt like you went from one side to another, it reminded me of Bad Boys 2.
And the bullet.
Yeah.
The bullet scene where he curves or whatever he does with the camera work.
That's Wanted.
No.
But you're talking about the spinning room,
Yeah, the spinning room, exactly. So, and I saw that. Michael Bay produced, so there you go.
There you go.
So what do you got?
No, I like the directing. Look, he gave me an entertaining film. Why do you guys hate this film?
All right. That looks like 3-0.
That looks like 3-0.
3-0. Give us the point. Yep, 3-0. There it is. All right. Normally around this fourth round, we start talking about characters. Now, obviously, everybody goes to see Jason, so let's just focus on the character of Jason. All right. The character of Jason has been performed by 8 different actors. Kane Hodder being the most tenured with 4 movies under his belt as the character of Jason. What Kane Hodder brought, I thought he brought brute strength, power, ruthlessness, brutality. That's what he brought to the role. Derek Mears, who plays Jason in this film, brought something completely different.
This was the Christopher Nolan version of Friday the 13th.
This is Bane with a hockey mask.
What I was gonna say is that this was the more real life,
Okay.
because they said that he's a survivalist, right? He's a survivalist. So this is the reason why he's able to live on this land, know the land better than everybody, be able to put these tunnels in, be able to freaking crossbow a dude on a boat halfway across the lake and hit him in the eye and stuff like that, so, or hit him in the forehead. But it was like, so
why has not the military picked this guy up?
I know, dude. It's like we're this is Universal Soldier right here. Get him out there, help him defend our freedom. We should be saluting this man.
It's funny that you say that. All right.
So I mean, they gave us a more realistic, I guess, in a sense, if you could say that for horror.
So he is the way Derek Mears, outside of being a victim, he looks at Jason as a hunter.
Yes.
Territorial. He's a defender of his land, a survivalist, like you said, and he got his inspiration from Rambo: First Blood, which proves
Oh my God!
that Rambo is a horror icon. I just proved it right there.
I knew you were going here. But anyway,
this character of Jason was, like you said, he was a survivalist, which because of that, he was leaner, faster, quicker, and he ran most of the time. Most of the time, he just walked. You know, like Michael Myers, just
like
walked.
the machete to the head scene, where like it's just like
he was
boom.
fast. Yeah, exactly. You know, his quickness, his reactions. You know, he was really quick to react, and and I thought that made him a hell of a lot more lethal.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm gonna absolutely.
I liked what they did with the
Great.
character of Jason in this. As far as the only downside about it is, if you're gonna make him more realistic, I felt like there should have been another way for. Look, we know he's a victim, and it's like, you know, he got neglected and drowned. Yeah, and it's like he watched his mom die.
Drowned, and then he watched his mom.
Yeah, and it was like, and I get that, but I mean, did we? I almost felt like we should have. Not, I want to say that he should have talked, but like maybe there should have been something else, like to say like why I'm so protective of my area. I mean, because they're not camp counselors. I mean, these are just people just kind of show up. They don't know he lives there.
Okay. Well, they weren't camp counselors anyway. They were just.
I'm just saying, like from Camp Crystal Lake.
Okay.
It's like the revenge in the original series was because I'm killing counselors.
If it was.
And then like later on, I'm killing teenagers. Period.
But he was killing because of what the teenagers. There's two things.
What they represent. Yeah.
What they represent.
Yeah.
They represent.
But in
mother's
this one,
death.
it's just that. But in this one, it's just kind of like, it's my land, and I'm not even gonna tell you. I'm not even gonna go, old man, get off my land. Get off my lawn. I'm not even gonna go and do that. I'm just gonna kill you for being here. So I think that's the only part where I kind of missed up, where he missed a mark, and it was just kind of like, they're not even counselors. They're just kids that just showed up, and he's just like, murder, 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 murder.
But they're on his land.
Put a sign up.
Okay. Hold on. First of all, like you said, what the counselors represent, they represent his mother's.
They represent
beheading.
the neglect and the beheading. And it's
right.
like, these are just
but
people.
But they also represent his death, which in all honesty, I don't think Jason ever died. I think she just.
Yeah,
she revived him. I think that she brought him.
Left him out in the woods.
That they had their shack, they had their place where they were living, hiding. She kept them away from everybody.
Okay.
And then she was taking the revenge out. That's what I think.
Okay,
But
Jason
anyway,
theories. Jason
theories. But, anyway, but yeah, so I think that the way, regardless, either way, he's still territorial. It's still where he has been since his mother's beheading. So because of that, it's his land.
Okay.
And they closed it anyway after all of that. I'm pretty sure after they found all that and the survivor and the mom's whatever. Yeah, they probably, that's when they shut it down.
That's my only part with it. It was that I just felt like they maybe should explain why he was so upset. We just they expected us to just accept, okay, Jason kills teenagers. And if you're gonna do something,
that's not teenager.
Exactly. So I mean, if you're gonna do something like this, then give me more reason why he's so territorial. That's my only down part.
Fair enough.
And it was like, so I liked how he did different things. Like normally, if Jason doesn't see you, he's just kind of like stand ominously, and then walk away, and then wait for you to show yourself, and then come kill you again. look, he was like knocking over canoes looking for you. Like, look, I know you're here. We're gonna find you. And it's like standing on docks, like, oh, I'm not stupid. I know you're in the water. Yeah, and I was like, so I liked how they like he was a real person that was like, I'm not just gonna walk away just to make you feel better and then just wait for you to show back up. I'm gonna do what a real person would do who's trying to murder you. Who's trying to murder you?
You know what's interesting is when Willa Ford is in the lake and she sees him on shore, but he is afraid of the water, regardless, no matter how
She
big
could
and
have
strong
stayed in
he
the
is.
water.
She just swam to the other side of the lake.
Didn't she try to?
No,
She saw him and she tried to swim the other way.
No, she could have swum the other way. Either way.
But as far as the character, I liked.
character?
Yes, I liked him as a Jason.
Like?
Like,
Yes?
yes.
All right, give me the like. There it is. And it's safe to say that we're winning this one. 4-0. That's a nice little sweep there.
Yeah.
But let's just put the cherry on the freaking top of the cake there, and we got to go with the kill scenes.
All right, so
One of the best things about any horror film that you see is the kill scenes.
let's dig in here because this is fun.
So let's go into the kill scenes. This movie actually has 14 body count.
Okay.
There are some movies that actually have 13. Just for an Easter egg for the fans, there are 13 kills in the majority of the movies.
So all you gotta do is count the cast and then figure out who's gonna die.
Pretty much. If it's 13,
everybody's gonna die.
red shirts again. All right.
14, you gonna live.
Not necessarily, because there are 14 kills in this one.
15, you gonna live.
Originally, it was 18 that they wanted, but there was too much, so 14 kills is all you get.
It's too much killing.
Too much killing.
It's too much
And
killing.
I'm gonna get to fun facts right
Can
now.
they talk?
about that.
Can they talk to the people who produce Saw? It's too much killing.
So the kill scenes, you got some pretty solid kill scenes.
I mean-
you get in the prologue, you get some classic Jason kills with.
I like the twist that they did on the bag, on the taking the sleeping bag and hanging it from the like
and not
instead of beating
bashing
the tree.
burn her alive.
That was more gruesome.
That was brutal.
Yeah, it's like I'm just gonna roast you over the fire and stuff like that.
Alive.
It's just, oh god,
It was awful.
So that was a good one. I really love that.
Machete to the head.
The
With
yeah
the bear trap.
yeah. So, like I said, I hinted to it before. It's like just to see him like run up on you with a machete and then you just freeze and he just like right into the head. Brutal, like way brutal. Like God bless.
Okay.
Oh, we talk about ones I like. Oh, we're gonna listen.
No,
Like,
I like that one too.
Okay.
I like the I love the poker, the eye poker.
you love poker in the eye.
Yeah, the poker in the eye. I love that one because of the camera shot. The shot in the eye. Yeah.
That's a perfect.
I like it stings. I like that one. That was amazing.
It smells like bleach.
But I'm not talking about just the kill itself. I'm talking about this.
Just the whole camera work with it, yeah,
Camera work
yeah.
in that was beautifully executed. I'll give him that one.
My favorite one is the doc.
You like the doc?
I like the doc because he's like he stands there and you think like he's gonna walk off and then she's like just okay cool and then right in the head and then he
picks
pulls
her
her up and you get my blood and boobs.
right there.
You get my blood and boobs.
The throwing of the axe that lands on the bro's back,
I
and
was
then shoves him down so he can pop up.
Oh God! What was it? The other one was I feel like I'm gonna have a nightmare editing this because we're going through them so fast. But the other one where like he machetes the dude, and then pulls the machete up.
Yep.
And then like the guts are spilling out, and then he goes and picks him up and then impales him on the truck, and I'm like, and the truck takes off.
And he's the jerk of the movie, so it's bittersweet.
I mean, so
yeah.
I mean, so look, this thing had a lot of great kills. So much I think this thing had more great kills within one movie than I could say a lot of the other Friday the 13th did.
Okay, I've always said that Kane Hodder as Jason in Part 7 is the best designed Jason of all time,
okay.
and I still feel that way. But when it comes to the kills, this 2009 remake blows those kills out of the water. Those kills were so dry and clean, and I blame the MPAA because they were going to give it an X rating, so they had to trim it down. No pun intended. But either way,
Give us a special edition.
this one right here, yeah, really. But this one right here had way better kills than that one.
It did. It was like there was so much I liked about this film, and I remember watching it when it came out, and thinking it was an okay film, and just waiting for a sequel to come out that never came, and I never rewatched it, and then when I rewatched it this time, I was like, man, I really enjoyed this film. I really enjoyed this film. It was fun. This is the type of film that you watch where you get a bunch of friends together and you're like, we're gonna watch a Friday. It's around Halloween like now. maybe November 1st. I said around Halloween, you're like, we're gonna watch a Friday the 13th film. Dude, if you're gonna watch a bunch of them, put this one on. This is worth watching.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the way it looks right now is that a like?
That's a like, man.
That's a like on the kills, and we got a clean sweep.
We got a clean sweep. We only have one other film that got a clean sweep.
Which one was that?
I'm trying to. It was one that me and Art did. It was.
Yeah.
It was Tron Legacy.
Oh, really?
I want to say it was Tron
Yeah,
Legacy. Tron Legacy.
Man, y'all, I should have been on that one.
I think it was Tron Legacy.
like
That was
4-2
that got
on
a
that one.
that got a
Or
clean
3-2
sweep
on
on it.
that one.
Because what were you gonna say about on Tron Legacy? It was directed fine. The only thing problem people have with Tron Legacy is the fact that the CGI wasn't good. What does that have to do with the rest of the movie?
That's all I had. Either way, we got a clean sweep, but let's go with some fun facts. There's always some fun facts about these films that we defend. Counting this movie, Jason has 199 kills, the most in horror history.
So he needs one more kill to hit 200.
Yes. Can we please get that? We need to help Jason.
Maybe if he didn't got that 14th kill or that 15th kill, we'd be good. Maybe that's why they wanted 18 people.
Maybe. Jason, okay, I told you Jason's been played by 8 actors. Kane Hodder holding the record at 4.
Yeah, he's the most identifiable.
This movie grossed 92 million, most in the series.
Really? Okay.
Yes, that's most in the series. He was actually born on Friday the 13th. Jason Voorhees was born on Friday the 13th.
I mean, you could just write that down.
Yeah, but I just want to...
we gotta tie this together. Friday the 13th. I mean, they even say that in the movie. She was like, "Today is his birthday."
All right.
Now, if you said like the director or the producer or who the scriptwriter was born on Friday the 13th, yeah, but they actually say it in the movie. Is that a fun fact?
Yeah. Either way, you really don't hate this movie.
No, you don't hate this movie.
This movie gave you everything that you wanted in a Friday the 13th film. It was a really worthy effort as far as bringing it to a new generation. I hope they get the legalities and all of that. This whole legal battle that's going on between the creator and the studios, and actually come together and make it right, so we can get another Friday the 13th out there.
Yeah.
Hopefully with Derek Mears, because he did a fantastic job. So
we're gonna get some. If we do get something that's gonna be closer to what the Halloween sequel.
I hope so.
It's gonna be close. It's gonna be closer to that.
All right.
But yeah, definitely watch this movie.
So if you haven't seen it, take us home.
If you haven't seen it, definitely watch this movie. Man, if you're watching this film, I don't know why. I mean, not this film, but this video is like, I don't know why, because we haven't done this in 7 months. So you are a hardcore fan, and because you are a hardcore fan, go to our Patreon. Give us money. No, contribute to help us get better. Anywhere from $1 on up would get you any type of our giveaways for the contributions, but that really goes a long way as far as helping video quality, help us get extra equipment, helping us go to different events, because we know you guys like events, right? But if this is the first time that you stumbled on across this video, make sure you go to the subscribe button, click that, and click the notification button, so that way you're aware of all the other things that we do on the channel that we don't wait 7 months to do.
Yeah, so hopefully we will have some more content on You Don't Hate. I know I have gotten actually some feedback that we need to do a little bit more of these.
Which is funny, because I was talking to from Geekcast
Countdown City Geekcast. Yeah,
I was talking to them, and everything that they suggested we'd already done.
Of course, Batman and Robin will never be on this. So leave your comment below and let us know what movies you would like for us to film. For Marshall over here again sitting down doing nothing.
Yeah, no.
Aston and Art, wherever the hell they're at.
Not here.
He's watching The Who.
Yeah, the Who with an H-U.
The Hue.
The Mongolian.
Yeah.
Mongolian.
Well, they're not here, so who cares? Yeah, see y'all next time.
Take it easy.